Hello you guys and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I thought I could do a video that I have done once before, I think, and I want to finish or continue series that I'm in the middle of. So I am currently in the middle of a lot of series and it can get pretty overwhelming just because I have so many books I want to read on my bookshelves, but I also have so many series that I've started that I want to continue, but I just have so many new books that I always forget that I want to continue these series. And so I do these videos to kind of remind myself hey, you have these really good series that you're in the middle of that you should finish. And so this video just pushes me to finish them, and I always feel so much better, and I also always love the books that I read in these videos because it's series that I love and have already started. And so I thought I could take you guys along with me and finish some series. So let's finish some series I'm in the middle of. So the book that I'm starting for the beginning of this video is Two Twisted Crowns, which is the sequel in the Shepherd King duology. The first book is called One Dark Window, and in the first book, we are following Elspeth. I don't know if that's how you say her name exactly, but Elspeth is not really an orphan, but she lives with her aunt and her uncle. And because of some issues that happened with her family, I can't say too much. But Elspeth has this voice in her mind that she calls the Nightmare. The Nightmare talks to her. He's kind of like a monster, and he came into her mind when she touched a card. And this universe, the Shepherd King universe, is controlled by these 12 different cards. There are 72 cards, but it's 12 different types of cards. It's a little bit confusing as I'm explaining it, but cards are what hold magic. And so there's a card that can turn you invisible. There's a card that can help you speak into minds. There's a card that makes you more beautiful. And so if you tap the card that you have 3 times, you get the said power. And so Elspeth, when she was young, she touched her father's nightmare card, and when she touched it, a monster came into her mind and is now living in there and just talking to her and just helping her out sometimes. She's in a situation, she's like, I need help, and he's like, I'm coming, and then he helps her through the situation. So it's not necessarily a bad thing yet. And so we're kind of following her as she's dealing with this monster in her head and how she's trying not to be found out, because if you do have some sort of magic outside of the cards, you get executed. So there are some people that get infected by magic, and so they are naturally gifted without the aid of cards, and those people need to be executed because they're out of the norm and just the kingdom doesn't like them. And because Elspeth has this monster in her head, she's considered infected, and so she has to keep it a secret. And so she kind of goes about her life, and then she finds herself in the middle of a bunch of situations that are like, wait, am I the only one infected? Am I not the only one infected? And we're just kind of following her along, and it's fascinating. First book, so good. The ending, you guys. The ending was insane. And so I have the second book that I'm so excited to continue. We are still following Elspeth, and this is the sequel in a duology. So this is actually the end of the series. So by reading this, I would be finishing the Shepherd King series, which feels great. And then in audiobook, I am listening to the second book in the Spark of the Everflame series. Spark of the Everflame is the first book. We are following DM, who lives in a world where there are the mortals and then there are the descended. The descended are people that descended from gods ish, sort of. That's how I can explain it the most simple way. But they descended from gods, and so they have powers. And then there are mortals that don't have powers, and they are seen as less than. They're not being executed or whatever, but they're just seen as below them and just terrible. And so DM is immortal, and she's a healer, and so she goes about healing mortals and descended every now and then. She heals descended children usually, and she falls into this thing where there's this huge explosion that happens. So she goes to heal, but she ends up healing the princess of the descended, basically. And so that means that she owes the family, like, or the family owes her something because she helped the descended or the princess. And so that kind of like leads her to become the palace healer, and she meets the prince and everything like that. But then she gets caught up in resistance because people really don't like the descended, because once again they treat mortals as below them. And so people are rising up, making a resistance, but then DM is finding these things like maybe the descendants aren't that mean, but then also she's finding out these things about the mortals. They're like, wait, mortals are kind of terrible, but then she finds out more things about the descended that, like, oh my gosh, descended are horrible, and then she finds out things about the mortals, and it's just like this whole thing of mortals versus descended, who is good, who's bad, and we're just following her along. So I finished the first book today actually, and I rated it a 5 stars. It was phenomenal. It is like so good. The ending had my jaw on the floor. It was so good. And so I immediately picked up the second one. So I'm listening to the second one on audiobook, and I am like 20% through it, and I'm loving it so far. I think like just the writing is so easy to listen to, and I bet it's just as easy to read because I'm having so much fun listening to it. And I just like, I love it so much. And so I'm in the middle of these 2 books right now. Both are continuation in series. And so I think I have the copy, like the hardcover copy of the first book because it was 5 stars, and I really want to buy the hardcover copy of the second book because I only have the first book, and since it's a series that I love so much, I want to get the hardcover copy so I can kind of like have a trophy on my shelf. And so I might go to Barnes tomorrow and buy a copy of that, and I will definitely be taking you guys along with me. But I'm going to quit yapping. We're going to get into this reading vlog. Those are the 2 books that I'm in the middle of. We might get into some more series later on in this vlog, but so far, that's all you need to know. So let's get reading. All right, so update time. I have not gotten that much farther in to Two Twisted Crowns yet. I read like 20 pages this morning in bed, but then I kind of got up and like got started on like working on some things. So I didn't get to read as much as that, but I did go to the gym and I went on a walk this morning. And so I was able to listen to more of Glow of the Everflame. I don't know what it is, but it's so good. Like, I haven't felt like this about like a fantasy, like romantasy, sort of dystopian vibe thing series in such a long time. Like, I haven't felt the giddiness and the like love for the main character and the like, I want her to succeed. And then you get all the fun like tropes, like she gets to pick her dresses for the ball, and like everything about with everyone having powers and how those show and her experiencing it, and just like it's just fascinating. Also, the pacing of the book is really really good. It's really fast paced, but not fast paced to the point where you don't get connected to the characters. Like, it's perfect to the point where you're going, so many things are happening, go go go, but then there are some scenes that are like a little more world building every now and then some more like character bonding every now and then. It's like perfectly placed so that you're not getting bored. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. All I want to do is like put my AirPods in while I'm doing whatever. Like, usually I'll have YouTube videos. I really want to listen to my book right now. So I'm going to keep listening to that. Hopefully I'll have this sometime this afternoon to sit down and read Two Twisted Crowns as well. But so far, so good. Good morning, guys. It's the next day, and so I wanted to update you guys a little bit on where I'm at reading wise. I am at like 76% of Spark of the Everflame, not Spark. Glow of the Everflame. And as you guys saw, I went to the bookstore yesterday to buy Glow of the Everflame, but the thing is, they didn't have the hardcover of Glow of the Everflame. They only had the hardcover of Burn of the Everflame, which is the third book. So I ordered on Amazon Glow of the Everflame. I bought the third book because I honestly want to just like read every single book that's out. And there's the fourth book that's coming out in July, like this July. So I cannot wait for that. I am so excited. But yeah, so I ended up buying the third book and not the second book, which is the one that I'm reading right now in this video. But I ordered it and it should be coming today, so I should be able to unbox that with you guys. So yeah, so far I'm 76% through Glow of the Everflame. It's phenomenal. It's phenomenal. I just like I haven't felt this way about a fantasy series in so long, and it's so refreshing and it's so nice and it makes me so happy because I miss this feeling of like giddiness and excitedness and like reading about a powerful main character but also like the balance of like royal etiquette and dresses and fantasy and powers, and I don't know, I just love it so much. Also, Luther is literally perfect. He has no flaw, and so reading about that is just like his only flaw is DM. I saw a review on Goodreads that was like Luther's only flaw is DM because yeah, DM needs to get a grip sometimes. Like she is not the most likable FMC, like I will admit that, but I'm really just trying to like not think about that and just enjoy the book and not hyperfixate on how a little bit annoying DM is sometimes. So what I'm telling myself is Luther's only flaw is DM, and that's all I'm gonna say. He's perfect. He's genuinely perfect. Like if you read it, you will know this man. I'm so unwell. Anyways, so yeah, he's perfect. And then this morning I read a little bit of One Dark Window, so I'm like 26% through now, and I think I'm having a little bit of a harder time getting into it than compared to the first book. I don't know if it's slower paced, but I don't feel like it's slower paced, but it's sort of harder to get into. It might be because I'm reading Glow of the Everflame at the same time, like I'm just all my thoughts are on that series, so it's not like I'm as into the Shepherd King universe as much as I was for the first book, but it, all I can say is it's I love Sparkle the Airflame, and one Two Twisted Crowns is good. Like it's good. It's not bad at all. It's just a little bit slower and a bit harder for me to get into. So I'm like taking my time and no thoughts yet, I would say. It's just taking its time to pick up a little bit. But this morning, I'm going to go to a book sale that my library is having. They're selling books for under $1. And because like people donate a lot of books, and so they sell them after. And so there are usually some really good books in there that I can get for literally like 50 cents. Like Barnes and Noble quality books that I would have bought at Barnes and Noble, they're at the book sale, new books for under $1. So I'm going to go there this morning with my family and we're gonna go look at some books, hopefully get some good ones, and fill up my TBR shelf. And not that I need to fill it up more because it's already pretty darn full, but it never hurts to buy some books. Okay, okay, so let's go. Hey, so it's now nighttime. As you guys saw, got my copy of Glow of the Everflame in the mail. And funny enough, I finished it. I finished it when I was on the treadmill. You guys saw my reaction. The ending was insane. Once again, 5 stars. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. And you know what you guys aren't going to be surprised about? I started the third book. immediately. So I'm actually listening to the audiobook of the third book. So hey, this video is a success. I'm getting through a series. Also, you guys can see my Diet Coke in the background. Yes, I am about to sit down and listen to my audiobook, play my little video games on my phone as I'm listening to it, and sipping on my Diet Coke because that is my ideal way to spend my night, and I'm so glad I'm doing that. Anyways, this was a 5 stars. I don't know what it is. I don't know what's happening. It's so good. It's so good. I haven't felt like this about a book in so long. But I'm basically just like, this vlog is me reading the Kindred Curse saga. I just love it. I just love it so much. Luther, he's perfect. The pacing is perfect. The fantasy, the magic, the pizzazz, the characters, the found family, the powers, the realm, the kingdom, the magic, the balls, the ruling, the politics. It's perfect. For me, it's perfect. And then Two Twisted Crowns, I'm still in the same spot that I was this morning. Once again, not bad. I just haven't read any further because I'm too immersed into the other saga and I have started Heat of the Everflame. No, is it Burn of the Everflame? I don't know. There's a fourth book that's coming out that's called either Heat or Burn. I think it's Heat of. I'm reading Heat of the Everflame. Burn of the Everflame is coming out in July. Anyways, I'm gonna go drink my Diet Coke and continue reading this, and I am having so much fun. So, let's go. Hey guys! Guess what I finished? Okay, so you guys remember when I was like talking about this book and I was like, yeah, like I'm just having like a really hard time getting through it. It's really slow. Oh boy, was I wrong. After that, I picked it up. I read 100 more pages, okay, and then I picked it up this morning. Whiplash. Oh my gosh, it got so good. It got so good. I just like I think the thing that I liked about it like the most was the way the author wrapped everything up so perfectly. Every single thing wrapped up in a just so like well and so beautiful. Every single character got such beautiful closure on the things that they were struggling with. You got to know every character so well, like every main character so well. You felt like you were their friend. You felt like you just knew their struggles, and the fact that you get to see them like heal and like get through it and just get better, and then just see all of the people that you love being together and they're like, "Oh my gosh, the couples." And like it's just like I did not expect it to end so well. Like, the ending is really what brought it up for me. I was sitting at a 3 stars in 100 pages in, which I know, like, you shouldn't start rating things 100 pages in, but I was just like, oh, if I had to rate it right now, it would be like 3 stars. This actually is a 4.5 stars, so higher than the first book. I know I said the beginning was slow, but the end is so worth it. The ending is like, it's just so beautiful how she wrapped it up. And so I was like, okay, yeah, I have to rate this higher because like I just loved it so much. The gothic thing, the gothic vibe of the book and the magic system. The magic system with the cards and the like punishments if you use the cards for too long and how everything was used so well. Like in the end, every single card's role and its punishment like tied so well to the plot, and you could see that the author Rachel Gillig like knew where the story was going when she was creating the magic system, because she was like, I don't know, everything was orchestrated and tied together so well, and it was just phenomenal work. It was so good. I would have rated it 5 stars if the beginning hadn't been just a bit slower paced. But it's just like the magic system, the characters, the connection, the just you feel so fulfilled and complete, and like your answers are all question like answered at the end. So if you guys want like a really good gothic fantasy with a unique magic system to just crawl under a blanket and read, and you have a really good like subplot of romance to just like curl up in bed and read, this duology is for you. So basically we got a really good read, and we finished a series or a duology in this video, which is so exciting. So I can put this on my shelf. One series out of my like 17 is checked off. Hey, that's still one. That's still one. And then I'm still listening to the audiobook of Heat of the Everflame. So I will probably finish that, and then I will update you guys on my thoughts on Heat of the Everflame, which will be another series completed. I know like there is going to be another book that's coming out, but out of all of the books that are released, that one is the last one. And so after I finish that one, I will have completed the series so far, and so that's another one that I can check off, and I will update you guys on my thoughts, and hopefully it is just as good. But yeah, we'll have completed like 2 series in this video, which is like a huge success, so hooray. We did it, guys. Heat of the Everflame has been. Do you see how thick that is? Hold on, let me check how many pages. It was 834 pages long, and it ended on an insane cliffhanger. So can't wait for the next one that is coming out in July. I wonder how long it's gonna be, like compared to this one. Like if it's longer, that's gonna be hard. That's gonna be hard. I'm gonna do it, but that's gonna be hard. So for this one, how did I feel about it? I really liked it. I really liked it. It was not my favorite in the series, I will say that. I do think it was a lot. There was a lot going on. I don't think we had one time of like rest throughout the series. It was always go, go, go. There was not one chill spot. And it can be a lot. So I had to listen to it on the audiobook because, first of all, it helped me get through it. It's such a huge book. And I also thought it was good because since it was like so much stuff, like so much content, which obviously like it is such a huge book, like obviously there's gonna be a lot of content, but it was a lot. There was no rest, which I kind of liked because that means it was really, really fast paced, which was really good. But it was like kind of overwhelming at times, and some of the things that were happening were a little bit outlandish, and DM kind of got on my nerves a little bit. But other than that, it was phenomenal. It was so good. I rated it a 4 stars. The plot and the magic system and just the world is fascinating to me. I really liked the characters too. I love how they all work together, the found family, the plot points, the tropes that happen. Those are all like really, really good, and it's very good high fantasy. So I loved it. I really liked it. 4 stars for Heat of the Everflame. Great series. And we finished 2 series, kind of. We finished 1 series, and we finished a so far completed series in this video. So big success if you ask me. I can finish series, guys. I can. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this reading vlog. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day or your night or whatever you're watching this. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.